or not with this shit, no shifty shit. We ride with this stick, this shit get lit. Need 5.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a coolant leak on the DURAMAX. First real issue I've ever had with it. I've had a low coolant light, but I figured this is a common problem with this truck, and I figured it was a sensor in the actual coolant tank. So I already bought a new tank a while ago. I just haven't replaced it because nothing was leaking, but I'm actually getting a leak now. I'm not 100% sure where it's coming from, but we're going to find out today. As you can tell, leaking on the driveway, and it's actually coming right from underneath the coolant bottle. It's actually leaking onto the fender well cover and leaking down on the ground. It's just a nice little easy small leak, but probably over this hood, and you can tell I am kind of down a little lower than what I should be, but not awful. So I'm going to actually start with taking this wheel liner out and see if I can see underneath there and see if I can see exactly where it's coming from. So here we go. All right, once you get the wheel liner down, it's a bunch of T15 bolts, nothing special, and a couple like little clips, nothing special. All right, so I figured out where the leak is. It's very slow little leak. I saw a couple videos online. It's actually a hose on the bottom of the tank. There's a clip that goes in there, and it's actually leaking. I mean, very slow leak. That's why I think I'm getting a coolant light. And then it finally started showing up on the ground, because actually, if you look here on my wheel liner, it has to soak the wheel liner before it actually drips on the ground. So the wheel liner has to get soaking wet before it actually shows up. So I'm going to go on the top of the truck and I'm going to show you exactly where it's coming from. All right, right there is where it's coming from. That bottom hose, it's just leaking ever so slightly. There's a metal clip on that. So I don't know really what to do. I don't know if I can push it on more or something, but I'll get back to you and see if I can stop it from leaking. It's leaking very, very slow, just dripping here and there when it probably gets up to temperature. But you can tell soaking my wheel liner, and then it actually comes out, drips out back here. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll get back to you guys in a second, see what I came up with. All right, so I rigged up this little thing. Hopefully I can pop that clip out, maybe push it on a little bit, or drain the tank and see what's going on with it. All right, as you can tell, I unhooked the hose and I made an absolute mess everywhere. But I got the tank pretty much drained out, got that hose out of the way. So I'm thinking that's bad anyway, the coolant temperature sensor that's on the tank anyway. And I have the tank here, so I'm just going to replace it, and hopefully it'll seal better. I think there might be a crack on the bottom of that tank, but I can't really tell until I actually pull the tank. So we're going to pull the tank now. All right, so you basically got this coolant little hose, coolant hose here, and then you got one bolt here on the side, bolt there, and a bolt right here on the actual front of the truck. And then so I'm going to take them off, and then I'll get back to you when I get it out. 10 millimeter bolts, I believe. Let's see if we can get them out. Got one. This is actually a nut, not a bolt on that one. Let's see, this one's gonna be a pain to get to. So what I did is I actually got an open-ended 10 millimeter for this one, so I can get it loose enough and hopefully get it with my hands. All right, that took absolutely way too long. gonna take this cover off. Battery box off so it gets a little. Now, when you watch stuff on YouTube and they make it look so easy, like, oh, it literally took me 10 minutes. Yeah. A lot of times that's not freaking reality. Like right now. This is actually a pain in the ass. First of all, because the actual fuse box is in the way. All right, so I got the old one out. Obviously, you can tell. It's definitely not as easy as what they make it look like without trying to almost break stuff, but it will come out. Just takes a little finagling, but I'll get the other one in. All right, here's the brand new one. I think these cost like, I don't know, like 65 to 85 bucks, something like that. Not crazy expensive, which is a good thing because I believe they know it's a common problem. So this is gonna be fun. Especially because, like I told you guys, I have a bunch of extra wiring and stuff in here from stupid rock lights and a tuner and other things. And boost auto parts steps. So I have a bunch of extra wiring that usually most people don't have. So it's definitely going to be more of a challenge to try to get it in there without destroying anything. But I think if somewhat persistent, I guess you could say, we'll get it in there without hopefully destroying anything. Oh, there we go. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. No wires there, you think, right? Nope. Okay, just see that I'm beating it a little bit because there's a, oh, there we go, the stud right there. All right, got it in. None of the wires are in the way. Leave them back there where they belong. All right, I guess I'm gonna bolt it on real quick so it doesn't fall around. And then start hooking all the hoses up. This video is a lot longer than what I expected it to be honest with you. But that's usually what happens when I get in these projects. It always takes longer than what you think. Doesn't help when you don't have the right tools either all the time. That's usually the worst part. Let's start getting these hoses on real quick. Easy enough. A lot easier when they got a little coolant in them. I always like to put the clamps right back where they came off. Put that on. So nothing gets down there. I did unclip this right here. So pull this plastic up to get that underneath there. fuse panel back on. Real quick. Boom, boom. Let's get this bottom hose. Definitely might have to do it from underneath. All right, I got the clip back on. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you. Can't really see it, but it's right in there. But all right, everything's back installed. I gotta go get a coolant. Completely forgot. I didn't think I was gonna lose that much, but I did. So I'm gonna have to go run to the auto parts store and get a bunch of coolant. So here we go. And we're back. That is actually a different brand than Dexcool, but it is the imitation of Dexcool. Same thing, that's all they had. So let's fill it up. All right, let's fire it up. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's check for leaks. Still got to clean some stuff up. I made an absolute mess. Nothing's leaking. So now I got to clean all this mess up. Let it run for a little while. Let it purge out, get some of the air out. Maybe take it for a little ride, check the coolant level. But that's it. It's really simple. It's just kind of time consuming. But other than that, it's really not that hard. Hopefully I got no lights on or anything in the dash. But I appreciate everybody watching, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.